ahead and start the city council meeting. for
We are
Tuesday,
live.
November- Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and start the city council meeting for Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022 at 7 p.m. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
United States of America, to the republic, under God, with liberty and justice for all.
Get a moment of silence, please. Can I go ahead and do roll call?
Councilmember Castaneda?
Here.
Councilmember Moreno?
Here.
Councilmember Alvarado?
Here.
Councilmember Zavala?
Here.
And Councilmember De La Fuente?
Here.
Can I get a vote on the meeting agenda?
I make the motion to approve, to vote in the meeting agenda.
I second the motion.
I have a motion made by Antonio, second by Diane. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Any visitors' comments?
Okay, my name is Marta Gutierrez and I live at 232 South Street. Okay, I guess I walked in a little bit late. They're asking for a raise for you, for the mayor.
Yeah, but we're not gonna go for that.
I don't know if you guys say the amount or what.
No, they didn't. No, it didn't go any further than that. They didn't want it.
Oh, okay. Well, you know my stand on that. You know, ever since we went through it with Michael and he took on extra duties
Mhm.
and it was shot down.
I know.
And then I shot down the Lord because I figured, once you get on here, you know what you're gonna get into. You know, I don't feel that, once you know what you're in for, like council members, for example, every other week, so many hours during that meeting, that's what you signed up for, because you want to better the community and stuff like that, you know? So you're asking for raises, then you're taking from the community is what I feel. Just take what you get, what you're signed up for, the way I look at it. Nothing personal, but that's what I always thought about it.
Say in defense of asking for one. Everybody says you know what you're gonna get into, and I've always said this,
Yeah,
you really don't as a mayor. Things happen, you just don't, things that you don't expect, like look where we're at right now with our employees and stuff. So here we go, it's gonna be a job extra to replace them all and get everything.
yeah, I know, because, you know,
I know what you're saying.
yeah, because, you know, they said, well, you know, I've put in this much time and this and that, well, you know what you go in for. That's my stand on it, so.
No, but you just remember and keep in mind that I sat out there with you when we wanted that race for Mario because I fought it just as much as you
Mhm.
did. And unfortunately, when you have a council that doesn't support you, and me and you both know what council that was, that
Uh-huh.
makes it hard. And I mean, Mario did a lot. I was 100% behind
Right.
Mario. I sat there and I fought for everything he was for. And when you have three that always outvote you, that's what happens.
Well,
So,
that's where I stand on that.
thank you. Anybody online that want to comment? Michelle?
I'm sorry, Mayor?
Is there anybody online that would like to comment?
Nope, I don't see any questions or comments.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to 5, consent agenda. To approve the study session minutes for Tuesday, October 25th, A through F. If I can get someone to, I forget.
I'll make a motion to pass the consent agenda.
I have a motion by Vera to pass the consent agenda,
I second the motion.
second by Mary. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. So we go on to public hearing. And we're gonna go ahead and start that at 7:05
For the final
for
budget.
the final budget. For 2023 on page 33 and 34. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question on the funds, 001 general fund. The amount is totally different from what we have on the budget that we did get in the budget meeting. Is there a reason?
What?
I don't have the budget book, but I just went off of whatever.
Oh, because I,
Look at that one. I think that one's this one. And then look at this one. That one's this one. And then look at your tab.
34.
I can look at this one.
There's two, right? There's that one, and there's this one. And then look at the amount that she has. Because for the rest of these, they aren't, because nomás that general fund is not.
The overview?
It's off of that one?
Were you able to look over the video
Ending
of
funds
the
is still
budget
wrong.
retreat? And there's a good
We're
source
higher.
on
You're higher on here than it is here.
No, it was too busy, dear.
Up here?
Yep.
Up here. This is where.
No
you're at.
complaints from
Okay.
you, Judy.
I see where you're at.
So after we pass this, we started amending, how many, you think there's quite a bit that we're gonna be amending? Like,
Just depends on, how soon we can get it, our budget back on track.
yeah, they go as far as the way, because we still have, what do we have, about a month at least?
You have to pass it within 25 days of the next fiscal year, so
Yeah. Oh, 25 days? I thought it was just at the end of December.
it's 25 days. And then our next meeting won't be till the 13th.
We had more time.
So like I said, we'll be amending it until we can get it right and get it itemized.
So you think we're gonna ever have the police department on here?
We will eventually, I'm correct.
Have you guys called around or looked back in 1980 and see if they had?
So I've called around to other places and asked to get some guidance on with their treasurers, but everybody's doing their own budget and they're too busy right now. So up until like next year, then we can reach out with somebody and kind of get some more information on that.
Any other questions? Any more questions on the phone?
No.
Okay. Question? Okay, so we'll go ahead and end that one at 7:10 PM. So we're gonna go on to A, approval of ordinance for 2022-1179, adopting the budget for the city of Mapleton, Washington for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023, from page 33 to 34. Need a motion?
I'll
Make
make
a
a
motion to approve to the agenda. Oh, yeah. To approve the agenda 2022.
Accordion.
Orient. 2022 budget for the city hall of Mapleton.
We have a motion by Antonio,
I second the motion.
second by Diana. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We'll go on to B, approval of resolution 2022-22, a resolution accepting a request from Mario Castellanos for annexation on page 16 to 32.
So this is approval, they haven't asked us our morning for their been
I thought we were gonna table it.
Yeah.
table it? Okay, that's what. I'll make a motion that we table resolution 2022-22, a resolution to not accept it, to table it, I
Just
guess,
to-
for the annexation.
I have a motion by Vera,
I second motion.
second by Mary. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. New business? No. Do we have any council member reports?
The equipment ready for this winter?
Yep,
The plows,
we had everything, the guys had everything checked out in early September. Yeah, Joe had asked me if he could start getting everything prepared. I told him to go ahead and start taking everything in, and so
are they still gonna spray the roads?
I have no idea. I don't know. Spray the roads?
We can ask Joe.
We can ask.
You guys are?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gabby did that today.
Yeah, our guys were pretty busy, and it's a short week, so tomorrow they'll probably be out first thing early in the morning.
And also, the reader board out here, it's still from June.
We don't know what Josh did with the cord. We've been looking for it and looking for it. Actually, I was looking for it right now in the back, and I know the girls have been over here today and this week looking for it. Yesterday?
Last week,
And last
today.
Yeah, looking for the cord. We don't know where it's at. So we gotta see if we can order a new one. Jamin? Are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Again.
So I don't know, they promote me to be a panelist, or you would just like for me to talk? I don't know what it looks like on your end.
Go ahead and just fill us in on everything we went over today, if you'd like.
All right, great. So the thing we discussed today, Mayor, and previously, if you guys remember back when I was there and we talked about the water system plan, and you were all very gracious not to fall asleep, because it was a great deal of information that we covered. It was the same meeting. Commissioner Lynn from the county commissioners came and told the city, hey, you requested some additional ARPA money. We can't do the full request, but get us a smaller amount and maybe we can help you. So we worked up a couple of different options, and we talked to the mayor about a few of options, and ultimately kind of settled on a request. And so we got that into the county, I think last week. And so the mayor, in the conversation about it, she just asked that I give you guys an update on the status of that. Ultimately, the project, we looked at the size of projects and how they would best kind of fit, what's cost effective, what can we get for the amount he indicated. And so ultimately we decided on a composite project that included a few items. First of all, we've talked about the city's Well 7 project and trying to make it a Well 7 and 8 project. And we're trying to do that all within the existing funding, but we have significant inflation and we're trying to do 2 for the price of 1. And so, I think it's still possible that we can do that. But to be sure, we put some additional money for that project in this request from the county. We don't want to get to the point where we're at the end and we don't have quite enough money. And so since this was a pot of money available to the city, it made sense to request some money for it. Secondly, we included the radio read water meter system for the city. It would essentially let the city buy brand new water meters for all of the water meters that would be radio read and get the technology then to be able to remotely read them. And so that instead of having to read all the water meters, you would have that would be automatically transmitted to like an iPad or a Surface that then could interface with the city's billing. And so it would make that process faster and probably more accurate. The third item we included in the request was a small amount of sewer replacement. And the way we framed the request was essentially, if there's any money left from the other 2, we'll do sewer or replace some sewers. And so that way, if the first 2 items are cheaper than planned, we'll just expand and use the rest of the money on more sewers. If the first 2 items are more expensive than planned, then we have some built-in contingency. And so that's the discussion I had with the mayor was about this approach. We updated our request and got it into the county, and they said thanks. So I assume it's in the pot in their court now. So I think that's in a nutshell where that funding is at. I'm happy to answer any questions about that.
Any questions for him?
No.
No. Okay, so
Cool.
Go ahead, Jim.
No, I was just going to say, if no questions, I'm happy to answer any questions about any of the other ongoing projects. The water system plan has been submitted to Department of Health. We're waiting for their review comments. The Well 7 project, we're working with the city staff on the well sampling and a few other items. Hoping to bid the drilling here in a couple months once we get those items worn out. But we're hot and heavy to get that out to bid. The funding agencies basically cracked the whip and told us they want to see progress, and so we're trying to kick that forward the best we can. On the street projects, Main Street and the Main Street overlay, or the Main Street reconstruction, Main Street South overlay, those projects are moving forward. We're looking for a spring bid for spring summer construction. We're still working through the design process with the railroad and WashDOT, but we have actually finally had some traction and moved some things forward with them. And so the design team is planning, once they get the approval from the railroad and WashDOT, hopefully in the next month, they're planning to come present the design to council and city staff so you guys can see where we're at. We don't really want to do that before we get approval from WashDOT and the railroad, because it could all change. They have a lot of say in the design around the state highway and around the railroad. So hopefully in December or January, we'll be presenting that to council and you guys can see the current design, and we'll look forward to bidding in the spring. Finally, the park and ride project is mostly on hold. Design is basically done. There are a few things to finish. Prices were so crazy for construction this year that,
Cut out.
Oh, there we go. I think they changed the panelist, so it muted me. Can you hear me?
I did change you, so you should be able to. Yep, you're on here.
Cool, thank you. So as I was saying, the park and ride project, at this point, it's going to sit, and then in the spring when we bid the street projects, we'll look to bid the park and ride project at the same time. You've got all that asphalt, you get some economy of scale of having multiple jobs in the same area with the same type of work. So I think that's a quick update on the projects that we're working on. But if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Real quick, can you just give them a quick review of the bridge that we had questions on the last meeting?
Bridge. So was that what we were talking before the meeting? I wasn't at the last
Yes.
meeting.
Yes.
So that looks like that's a WashDOT project to work on the bridge north of town. And so Mayor and Mari and I were talking about it earlier. It looks like they're planning to start construction in the spring. As well, as far as I can tell, it looks like they're planning to impact both bridges. I believe that's what they were working on a few years ago when they were working on it. I believe the intent was that it would be repairs to both bridges. And then there's contact info I looked up. You guys can, if you want the current version, I'm sure WashDOT can give you an update and really should be, given the impact of travel to Mapton. It looked like it was it spring, summer 2023 into 2024. So it's going to be a 9 to 15 month impact, most likely. Is that what you needed, Mayor, with regard to that?
Thank you. Y'all have any questions for him? Okay, I think you covered it all.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Drive safe tonight. It's a little slick out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, let's see. No more council members? So I'm gonna go ahead and go over, we have an event coming up on December 2nd, which is in 2 weeks. We're gonna be doing lighting of the Christmas tree, and we reached out to the grade school and the high school to see about coming out and doing some caroling and playing music out here. It will start from 4 to 7. We're working on getting donations for hot chocolate and pan dulce for that evening, and having Santa Claus out here. And I did reach out to Luke today, so I'm just waiting to hear back from Luke for the fire truck. And just kind of doing something fun, doing a small parade. I know Mari was going to see if she could reach out to Sunnyside to see if they were interested in coming out, since they will be having theirs that weekend as well. And since they've got their lights and everything on.
Nice, we could get those trucks that day.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to,
They come on their own.
Yeah, they come on their own, but they might get to coordinating with them.
Yeah.
We better do it now.
yeah,
We only got a week.
yeah. So if anybody wants to put a float, or knows anybody who wants to put a float or a truck or a trailer and decorate it, we're going to go ahead and do a small parade. And in 2 weeks, that'll be December 2nd. And I know today the chief, myself, and Mari were out, and the sergeant were out delivering baskets for Thanksgiving to, we had 8 families that the police department worked along the side of the school. The school determined the families, and we were out delivering boxes today to families. So they were very happy, very, very happy. We got turkeys donated, Horizon donated, Hernandez Haircuts, Dollar General, IGA, Safeway, Safeway from Sunnyside, IGA Market from Grandview donated, and let's see who else. That was it. Yeah, so we have 8 families that are going to be able to have a Thanksgiving meal Thursday.
Nice.
So that was that. I think that's it. Mari, any staff reports? Nothing? Any reports from you? Bill, do you have anything to add?
Just that we have a planning commission meeting December 15th, that the notices should be going out for on the cell tower application, so that the planning commission can make a recommendation, then it would go to the council for a hearing. So that's been a while in the making, so it's finally getting going, so.
Alrighty. So I guess if there's nothing else, we're gonna go ahead and adjourn this meeting. Chief, you have anything to say?
We finally got our laptops that I have been talking about for a while. Didn't have to get hard drives for them. They're almost ready to go. We're trying to get clarify with Verizon about the lines for our modems. We have modems, but we're trying to make sure we have the lines and then we can get them up and running here pretty quick. I'm excited about those. They're brand new. They're $1,700 laptops. They have the key lit in the back, so they're real nice. We got some, when we went to get our jackets for the winter, the sergeant didn't have one, so we went down there. I didn't have one, so we went and got some, and then we stopped by on the way back to Pierce County Sheriff's Department. They gave us 25 free Kevlar helmets, and I know we don't have a need for all of them, so I'm going to be checking around the neighboring agencies to see if we can give them some. We got a bunch of hazmat suits that they used to use for the labs. I don't know if the fire department needs any, but we have a whole bunch. We'll be happy to give them to you if you also need some. I think that's all I have. It was nice to be a part of going out to deliver the turkeys and the food and seeing the families, appreciate it. You can tell that they're going to be happy in a couple days. I think that's all I have for the police department.
Your toy drive? The toy drive and
the sergeant knows more about that, so I don't know enough about it. He knows, he's the one that's in charge of it and running with it, so.
So Dollar General, they came and they asked for a meeting, so we got to meet with the manager, which is Abel, and he met with me and the sergeant, and they're going to do a toy drive for the kids for here in Mapton. Usually they do it, I guess, for what charity did he say they do it for? The Judah Hospital or something like that? St. Jude. But he said he talked to his boss and told him that our kids here in Mapton are in need. So they're going to let him do the toy drive for the kids here in Mapton. And he wants to work with the city on that, so I told him that was fine. And so I know Marty and Michelle are going to start doing the ornaments for the tree. And the residents will be able to come in, pick an ornament, and go out and shop for that child that they get, and then bring it back in. And then we will make sure that everything gets delivered. And the officers will be going out to deliver all of that the week of Christmas.
I don't know what day, but I know we're going to hand them out to them.
Yeah, so the deadline for that will be the 15th of December. So I know like I said, we'll have all this stuff up. The tree's up already. They'll be working on the ornaments here pretty soon. I think right after Thanksgiving. And so
I have a whole bunch of ornaments I can donate.
So that's what we have lined up right now with the police department. So, and we will be doing 8 more dinners for Christmas for another 8 families in need. That was all, some of those donations came in today as well. So, okay. And if you would like to adopt a family, you guys can come in and talk to the girls. I know the chief and sergeant are adopting a family. We understand.
I couldn't tell you. The sergeant wouldn't know that.
Yeah, sergeant during the days here, so I keep in contact with him, but pretty much.
Will we see if we want to get a family or?
Yeah, you can go in. They can just give you the information. I think there's like 14 kids, that we have right now. And also, let's see what else. I think that's pretty much it. Just the adopt a family or adopt a child. And you'll be able to pick up that ornament, like I said, on the tree, and then bring the gift back. And we do have a deadline of the 15th on that. So, and I know Public Works, I think, is doing one as well, like one child.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it. Okay. So we'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 7:29. Thank you, Bill. You have a good
Thank you.
evening.
Good evening.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Same to everybody.